Hello, this is my paper subject for next week, Louis the 14th. And yes, this is Benjamin Bartels, however it is put in the Canvas system. The main thesis portion, and I say main thesis here because this here isn't going to be the main thesis on the paper. This is just until I actually start writing the paper. I don't know what the actual thesis is going to completely look like, but the main meat of it's here. Louis XIV was an impressive leader because of how he went about using his strategic ideas and decisions as a leader. Why is the question important? Well, whenever a notable figure, whether negative or positive, makes an impact in history, a mark you could say, usually it's always good to reflect on what they've done, because for example, if it's negative, you obviously don't want to you don't want to repeat that in the future or even in the present. So by learning of what they've done in the past, you could help at least negate the chances of that certain thing happening again. Positively, though, if they've done something good, something impressive or just well done overall, we could look at that and implement that to our present and or future if we so choose to. So basically, we just learn from them and become more smarter overall. With that being said, we also shape as individually and I think, technically, community, if that's a word, as well. Because of us, of course, becoming more wiser. Oh, and actually, I didn't write it here, but some thoughts of what other people may say about him too is that he is rather controversial, ethically, morally, I believe, and I'll be disclosing that a little more so as we get further through here. My thoughts on him overall: I think he's definitely a clever soul, and his accomplishments are definitely impressive overall. I'll be explaining a little bit of why I think so on the next thing. But yeah, the fact that he's literally the longest lasting monarch ever recorded, documented, at least over a sovereign area, is just really impressive. That alone says it's hard not to be impressed. Technically, regardless of how they went about it, it's just impressive. And I think the fact that he's, how do I say it? Just that he's gotten the nickname Sun King, it's really cool. I don't think how he got it. Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it a little more over. But yeah. So, reasons for my thoughts. Obviously, I found him interesting and impressive because he's literally the longest monarch documented. It's rather self explanatory. He did clever things, certain clever things, which I will be showing you here in a moment, but not now. And not too keen on monarchies, just because due to my own personal religions and religion and beliefs and preferences, etc. But yeah, that's just it, really. So one of the clever things I wanted to bring up too that he had done. This is a biography page I have annotated in the end of the presentation. Despite the use of pensions and punishments, the monarchy had been unable to subdue the nobles, who had started 11 civil wars in 40 years. Fun. Louis lured them to his court, corrupted them with gambling, exhausted them with dissipation, and made their destinies dependent on their capacity to please him. Etiquette became a means of governing. I mean, yeah, that's one way to get people to do what you want. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That's one of the bits I mean by how clever he was. Move out of the way. And this is the autobibliography. This one, much information regarding facts and events with Louis. This we just went on right here, it's mainly his background and biography. And this here I couldn't get onto. I use Autobib to sort these into the bibliography MLA format. I couldn't put this link in. I would put the same exact link in and it wouldn't do it. It says it's just not able to. This isn't the one I had used on my outline, this is the third one, but I hadn't really talked about much of the third one I had implemented here, because I had this here backed up the controversial portion I brought up of Louis that I noted earlier, so that's why I decided to put this. If you copy and, no, I can't highlight it, but if you copy and paste this, it'll take you to the thing. Um, but yeah, that is my outline. Rough outline, I should say. It'll look a little different and mainly, of course, be better once the paper is turned in.